Recently I heard the Lord say, "What the enemy has tried to abort, now I will advance." The Lord spoke to me to encourage the pioneers. The fight has been fierce, and the pushback has been on a whole other level, but you are victorious, and you are taking ground with the Lord. The Lord is speaking advancement over you, and what He is having you build right now. The border lines and your tent pegs, Isaiah 54 verse 2, are being extended for the glory of the Lord to come and dwell. The enemy has come hard against the blueprint you are carrying and what you are building with God, because of the magnitude of His glory that is coming and the magnitude of the move of His Spirit in these lands He is having you occupy. Withdrawal is not an option. Backing down is not an option. Do not listen to the chatter that is attempting to distract you. Do not give room to the witchcraft that is attempting to land. Lift your eyes unto the Lord, for He is where your help comes from. Psalm 121. This is a time of promotion and advancement, for His kingdom being released through you, and His glory manifesting in your midst. I heard the Lord say, "Just take the next step," and there was a strong sense of the Lord encouraging the pioneers right now to keep moving forward in obedience. Keep on the path that the Lord has you on. The attack of witchcraft upon the pioneers right now is attempting to abort what the Lord is birthing through them, but it will not succeed, for the Lord has spoken that He is overturning what the enemy has tried and is trying to do. There is now an accelerated advancement upon those who are pioneering with the Lord and have been facing that heavy opposition. The Lord continued to speak, "There is power found in your obedience to the specific instructions I am releasing." The Lord showed me that right now He is releasing very specific instructions to many pioneers regarding what they are building with the Lord, that in the obedience to these very specific instructions, there's great power that will be released by His Spirit. The Lord is having pioneers building in very specific and strategic ways right now that is making way for the Lord. There is a mighty pathway being carved for the glory of the Lord to be seen and the majesty of the Lord to be revealed. I heard the Lord say, "The enemy has come to hinder clarity in many ways, but I am declaring that what I am doing and about to do in these new lands I am having you build with me in, you have not seen before." I began to see these areas and lands where these pioneers were taking ground with the Lord. There was a level of provision pouring in that was flowing like a tidal wave. What I noticed was that this tidal wave was flowing from the throne of the Lord, and as it entered into the lands that these pioneers have occupied and are now building with Him in, that the wave split into 7 different waves, and the Lord spoke, "All will be provided for. Perfect completeness in all that is needed for what I am calling you to build. There will be nothing missing and nothing lacking. I will complete that which I have promised and the assignment that I have given you to build." The level of provision I saw was flowing in such an accelerated way, it was almost hard to keep up with all He was pouring in. I could hear His heart over and over, "For the sake of my bride, for the sake of the harvest, for my name to be raised high and my glory to be seen in all the earth." I then heard the Lord speaking over these pioneers. My sense was, there were many that were tired of yet another hit of warfare, and He spoke, "My faithful pioneers, your faithfulness has moved my heart. Well done, my faithful ones. Great is your reward. Your love, your devotion to me, your obedience, your sacrifice, your yes to me, has moved my heart. Your faithfulness has moved my heart." And I knew in that moment that for many pioneers right now, they have entered into a season of reward. The battle has been ferocious, and they have fought battles on levels that none have seen, but they have counted their lives as lost for the sake of knowing Him, and the joy of following Him. Their yes to Him, in such purity and deep surrender flowing from pure-hearted devotion and love for Jesus, has touched the heart of the bridegroom. There is great reward upon these ones in this season, as they have faithfully followed Jesus and continued to build, no matter the cost. I saw these pioneers that were tending His fire in the places that the Lord had asked them to build. But then, all of a sudden, I heard the word, global, and I then saw a map of the world, and I saw from this fire they were tending, fires were spreading all across the earth. Other fires were bursting forth all across the earth, and the sense surrounded me so strongly that the impact and magnitude of what the Lord was building through them is so much bigger than they could imagine, and it's time for the spreading of His wildfire across the earth. A divine network, a divine cross-pollination, a divine Holy Spirit activation igniting and unifying His body and drawing in the harvest. I could hear His heart beating loudly for the nations. The Lord then spoke again. They don't realize the magnitude of what they are carrying and what they are building with me, Lana, but they are about to see it. It is bigger than they think. Where they have been rejected, or pushed aside, or misunderstood, or attacked for following me in my way, my pace and my blueprint, these areas are the very areas where I am now pouring out my Spirit in such power. The enemy thought he could move and shake them, but I am bringing forth an accelerated advancement, and I am birthing movements through them. They are being brought into context in this hour. Watch the weight of my glory and pure flow of my Spirit that will flow forth from what I am having them build. Watch the favor that I will pour out upon these faithful pioneers to see my kingdom, my glory, and my name lifted high. The time has arrived, my faithful pioneers, for the accelerated advancement.